The fast pace of our modern world sometimes leaves little room for pondering perspective. The perspective required to see crisis, see reality, see a world full of people like us in situations not like us. Their challenges are not financial, car trouble, or all the stuff of our modern world. Theirs are daily survival. A woman with leprosy in Vietnam, a man dying of AIDS in Nairobi, a child walking 2 miles a day to fetch dirty water and then hopefully find a morsel of food just to survive. They need a real-life hero, the hand and heart of someone who reaches in with the resources and the raw drive to make a difference, expecting nothing in return. It takes the heart of a hero.
I'm Jerry Huson, and I started 7-Day Hero in 2010. And we exist to take guys around the world and give them a chance to be heroes. It's an amazing thing to watch, and the transformation for the guy who gets to be a hero maybe for the first time in his life.
As a fully approved 501c3 nonprofit organization, 7-Day Hero has targeted several critical areas across the globe for future efforts in Central and South America, in Africa, and Asia. The first area of concentration has been Vietnam, already with dramatic and sustainable results. In 2009, Jerry led a group of Vietnam vets to walk the shores and hit the jungles of Vietnam, this time for a very different reason. Since that first Vietnam adventure, a dozen other trips have challenged the dark memories of men's pasts and allowed the light of selflessness to illuminate the past and redefine their true calling to real-life heroism.
One of the highlights of my trip is that we went out to a really remote village kind of in the middle of nowhere. And these were villages that I'd spent a lot of time in when I was in Vietnam. This is where I'd lost some friends, and it was an eerie feeling to be out there, and I wasn't sure that how I was going to deal with it, and the hate, or the hate was almost still there. And in this remote village, we went to put wheelchairs together. So we had these teams. There were about 20 of us traveling, and we worked in teams of 2 to put wheelchairs together. And there were kids that had lined up the night before to get there to get these wheelchairs. And we get them put together, and then I remember the boy that I was asked to present the wheelchair to, Phnom, and one of his feet was amputated. When I get to meet this boy, and there's an interpreter, and I start asking, I put him in the wheelchair, and he just starts crying. I mean, this is a kid that crawls from his house every day to go watch his friends play down the street, and he's just laying on the ground, he's crawling because he can't walk. We put him in the wheelchair, and he's crying, and he turns to his mom and he asks, how long can I sit in this? And we proceed to tell him, no, this is yours. And he cries some more, and he says, you mean like for the whole day? And we say, no, it's yours to keep forever, to take. You can take it back to your home, to your village. And all of a sudden he reaches out and he throws his arms around me, and he just starts crying. He had the biggest smile on his face. He could not believe it. I mean, it was, if I could have handed him a check for $1 million, it would not have meant as much to him as the wheelchair. And for most of the rest of the time we were there, he would take the wheelchair, and wherever I went when I was in the site there, he would just follow me around, and he just had this smile, and I must have hugged him 1,000 times. And all of a sudden, as we get ready to leave, I see his mom is taking him. He's in the wheelchair, and his mom carried him on her back for 5 miles to get him there, to get the wheelchair. And now she gets to push him back with the wheelchair. And it will change his life. Those are the kind of things that 7-Day Heroes do. And it's amazing, because you go there thinking how much we're going to help them. It's just the opposite. God uses it to change us and to change our hearts. And talk about redemption, and talk about, how can God made these people just the same way that He made me. And I needed these people to forgive me, and they did.
The life-changing work of 7-Day Hero requires resources of all kinds, time, talents, specialty resources, and most of all, your financial support is critical. 7-Day Hero cannot fulfill its missions without the generosity of faithful partners. Would you consider partnering with us? Your gifts will be used wisely and effectively, and a full accounting of your gifts and all expenditures will be sent at the end of each fiscal year. The circumstances are challenging. Feelings of despair can be overwhelming. But true change happens when people arise to make a difference together. And an indelible mark is made, a mark of purpose, a mark of permanence, a mark of true compassion that lasts a lifetime. And underneath it all, something living is created, something powerful is formed, the heart of a hero.